Dear friends, welcome to the LMS system. The program is for BSc students. The subject is mathematics and the semester is 6th semester. The session number is 1. That is, this is the first session. The topic that we are going to cover is transportation problem and assignment problem. This session is about the introduction to the transportation problem. This was created by Dr. Channakeshwamurthy. Now, recap of the previous session. In the last previous classes, we have learned about the linear programming problems, and also we came the scope of the operation research and solutions of linear programming problems. And now in this classes and in these sessions, we are going to study the transportation problem, which is the part of linear programming problems. Now, at the end of this session, we know that how the transportation problem was started. That is the history of the transportation problem we will know, and at the same time we can able to define the transportation problem and its importance. History. We know that in business and industries there are so many problems. There might be an economic optimization, or the cost minimization, non-economic items. There are so many problems are there. To get the more profits, we have to optimal solutions. We should get the optimal solutions for the problem. So in that, transportation is also one of the problem. So we have to get the optimal solution for transportation's problems. So F.L. Hitchcock developed the basic transportation problem in the year 1941 itself. In his study, the distribution of a product from several sources to numerous locations. So in 1941, Hitchcock has studied a problem, the distribution of a product from one point, that is not a single point, from several sources, from several points to several locations. And then the complexity of the business problem has more. So in 1951, George B. Denzi applied the concept of this linear program formulation, and he has developed a systematic procedure for solving and getting a solutions for transportation problem in the year 1951. Right friends, this is the first person who has applied this linear programming formulation to the transportation problem, that is transportation models. Now, what is this transportation problem actually? How it is? So we'll define it first. The transportation problem is a special type of linear programming problems, where the object is to minimize the cost of distribution a product from a number of sources, that is from warehouse or origin we can say, to a number of destinations, retail stores, with satisfying supply and demand limits. So what is this problem actually, transportation? What is this definition? We will try to understand this definition by a figure. Okay, so we know that the transportation problem is a special type of linear programming, right? So this is an graph or figure we can say, where we can define a transportation problem. In the definition, we are used that warehouses are there, number of warehouses. We can see it here. The sources are now relate. These are the warehouses where the source will be kept here, the product will be stored here, and this product will be sent to the retailer from here to here, right? So from here to here, from here to here. Similarly, from this points also they can send it. That is from a warehouse. Various warehouses might be there. Okay, from warehouses to retailer shops. These are the retailer shop, we can say, for time being. From warehouses to retailer shop, we have to send the product which are stored, okay, in various places. Now, what is the cost to transfer or to transport a product from this point to this point, this point to this point will be there. The cost will be there. Right, friends? So, overall, what is the cost of this? Some cost will be there. So, our target, the transportation target, problem target is to minimize the cost, overall cost for transport of goods, product from the warehouses to the retailers, or that is from the warehouses to the retailers, with the condition that supply and demand, whatever the products are there, what are the stocks are there in this, and what are the demands are there, that should be fulfilled. Okay, friends, that means finally we can say that the transportation problem is a problem where we are looking for the minimize the cost of the transportation from sources to the destinations. Okay, so with satisfying the demands and supply. That is, we can say that in another way we can say that the supply is a origin. Right, friends? Whenever there is a physical movement of goods from the point of manufacture to the final consumer through a variety of channel of distributions, it might be wholesaler, retailer, distributor, etc. There is a need to minimize the cost of transportation. Right, friends? So, has to increase the profit on sale. Right? Now, so the transportation has many applications in industries, communications, network, planning, scheduling the transportation, and allotments. This is the little bit introduction about this transportation problem. So, thank you, friends.